Peace and blessings is real. First and foremost, I want to take this time and give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh through his only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, for allowing this word to come out, man. And I hope you sincere brothers and sisters, man, is edified by this word. And the name of the lesson tonight is going to be called In a World Filled with Darkness, There is an Extreme Need for the Light of Life. Let me say it again, man. In a world filled with darkness, there is an extreme need for the light of life. It's going to be a cold-blooded word tonight, man. And I really hope you sincere brothers and sisters really pay attention to what's happening here, man. We are living in a world of darkness. All over the world, man. And we're talking about metaphorically speaking when we're talking about darkness. Okay? When you really look at what's happening today, our young people, which supposed to be the present, which they should be positioning themselves for these kids today, which is ultimately our future. And right now, we're going in the wrong direction, man. So I said to myself, man, us as parents, okay, us that's 40 years old and older, we have to be the voice of the young people, of the young folks. And because there's no voice there. And we have to be the voice of the young people, of the young folk. Like Yahushua was the sacrificial lamb for us, we have to be sacrificial animal for our youth. You see? Because if you really pay attention to what's happening, man, these kids are lost in the sauce, okay? They lost in the dark, man. And if you haven't seen it, if you haven't been paying close attention, man, then something is really wrong. We have to be the voice of our young folks today. We have to be the sacrificial animal for our youth today. Because our youth today is lost in the sauce. They're in the dark, man. And what's even sadder than that, the parents is lost. And we talking about those in particular, the 40-year-old plus is even lost in the sauce. So imagine you parents that's under 40. Our kids have been indoctrinated on lost principles and philosophies, man. And it's an end result of a continued repeated cycle from our parents to us as being parents to our kids have been indoctrinated on lost principles and philosophies, man. What you have is we are living in a world with no lights on. We are living in a world of darkness. Generation after generation after generation. And what have we done as people? Adjust and have accustomed to it. But the thing that troubles me more than anything, no one ever says to themselves, is there such thing as a life? Salakia, is there such a thing as light? Like, how long do we have to be in the dark before we start inquiring about, is there such a thing as light? Is there such a thing as candles? Is there such a thing as light bulbs? Is there such a thing as flashlights? Is there such a thing as a lamp? Generation after generation after generation of darkness, no one says, damn, is there such a thing as light? No, they don't. Why? Because darkness is all they know. So when you provide candles like you see on the screen as a source of light, When you provide light bulbs as a source of light, flashlights as a source of light, lamps as a source of light, they're not going to be able to comprehend to it. That's how gone we are, man. If you're middle age, if you're 40 years old and plus, man, we have limited time here, man. We have to give it all to our kids at this point in the game. Our parents didn't pass it down to us. So we have to be able to break this generational curse of being in the dark, man, and not inquiring about the light. Yahushua, who the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ, is the lamp. He's the light that we need to tap into. In John 8:12, it tells you, Yahushua says he's the light of the world, and all we got to do is follow him, and we will never walk in the darkness, man. You see that? Yahushua has been available to us generation after generation after generation. He's been available. But not one time have we inquired about light. Because we've been so indoctrinated and accustomed to living in darkness. In John 3:19, it tells you, men love darkness rather than light, for their deeds was evil. And that's exactly what we have going on today. Men love darkness because that's all they know. Light don't even make sense to them. And when you're in the darkness, you are lost in the sauce, man. You are so far away from Yahweh through his only begotten son, Yahushua. You are drowning in the deeds of evil. And it trickles down to our kids, man. Sad, man. Sad. In 2 Corinthians 4:6, it speaks about what? The light shall shine out of darkness. And what light is it talking about, man? The face of Yahushua. But nobody's interested in that because, like I said, you're so indoctrinated in darkness, you'll lose your mind if someone provides you a source of light. Unreal, man. Unreal. Let me just share this with you, man, before we close out in Matthew 6:22 and 23. I want you to picture this. Imagine leaving your house at 8:30 at night. And as you get ready to walk outside to proceed to your car, it's a total blackout happening. The street lights is off. It's like the power just suddenly goes out. There's no light. It's pitch black. You can't see nothing, right? Are you going to continue to proceed going to your car? I don't think so. And if you decide to proceed to go to your car, if you're able to make it to your car with no light, then you get in your car, you turn your car on, but your lights ain't working. Your cell phone has died. You have no source of light. Even your dashboard lights, all the lights in your car is not available. It's pitch black all the way across the board. What are you going to do? Do you proceed to drive? No, you're not. Why? Because you can't see. It's pitch black. But you know the irony of that? You've been walking around in darkness your whole life. So now all of a sudden, it's pitch black. You can't see where you're going. You don't want to drive now, but you've been walking around like this your whole damn life. You see? What's my point? You don't realize and see you've been walking in darkness until something literally happens to where you're stuck and you can't go nowhere. And then what's the first thing come to your mind? You're going to want the source of light. But prior to this incident, you've been walking around in darkness the whole time, not even inquiring about the light. Y'all ain't heard nothing I just said, man. What's the name of the word, man? It's a world filled with darkness. There's an extreme need for the light of life. And in Matthew chapter 6, verses 22 and 23, in the words of Yahushua, what it speaks about. Yahushua says what? Your eye is like a lamp that provides light, which would be a healthy eye. And that healthy eye translates to your whole body being filled with light. You see that? We're missing that, y'all. Our eyes, we don't have healthy eyes. Matthew 6 and 23 tell you what eyes we have. We have unhealthy eyes. Eyes that translate to your body being filled with darkness, aka evil eyes, aka defective eyes, aka diseased eyes. And that's exactly what's been happening generation after generation after generation. And that's why I said, opening in this word, that we have to be the voice of the young people. We have to be that sacrificial animal for our youth. We have to be the ones that's willing to walk in the dark and provide that flashlight, provide that light bulb, provide that lamp, provide the candles. So our kids can see, so our kids' kids can see. Because if we don't do that, it's just going to be a repeated, continued cycle, generation after generation, us being in the dark, man. I hope you sincere brothers and sisters was edified by this word. And we give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, through his only begotten son, Yahushua, for allowing this word to come out. And I hope you sincere brothers and sisters was edified by this word, man. Shalom.